Welcome. I'm Joe. Thank you for joining me in another tech review on Joe's Tech Review.ning.com. Today we're going to talk about the TW series of cell phone watch. But first, let me give a big shout out to some of my key players, some good members on my website. I'd like to thank Abby Kings, Abigail. I'd like to thank Bass, Ben. I'd like to thank him. I'd like to thank Dr. Lex. I'd like to thank Perth, or Perth Guy. Also, I'd like to thank Davey42, along with Anthony. I didn't say any last names because I really don't want to make any mistake. But I'd like to thank Bass, Ben, Dr. Lex, Abby Kings, Abigail, Perth, Anthony, and Davey42. Let's give them a big hand. These members have taken time out and got on the internet and troubleshot a lot of their own problems with their cell phone watches, and they shared that information with members and the World Wide Web without asking for anything in return. They just wanted people to know what they knew and how to correct the problem if they have that problem. This is what it's all about, paying it forward. And that's appreciated. Let's give it another hand. They have given a lot of information. They have given their experience, their time, and I'd like to thank them personally for making or assisting in making Joe's Tech Review on the Ning Network the #1 place to find cell phone information anywhere. Now, that being said, the TW series of cell phone watch, they are some of the better looking and, for the most part, very full functioning watch phones. They look good, they feel good, and for the most part, like I said, their operation is nice, very nice. The best one out of the TW series at this time, I'm going to say, is the tw810. Just because, from my experience, it had no flaws, and if I did say it had any flaws, it was probably because it was in haste and I did not do my research. But as you can see, I have the whole package. I have the silver, the black, the 816, and the tw818. Okay, the tw810 has everything. With touch of a finger, you can go through the menus, you can get to what you have to get to. Now, the tw810, tw816, and the tw8, they all have the same operating system, but for some crazy, stupid, unknown reason, the tw816 and the tw818 which I just received today. I just received the tw818 today. They do not have the data account. Listen, manufacturers and sellers, the phone needs the data account function or option. This is the only way, if you are sending that watch abroad, that the end user can manually input their carrier information into the phone, meaning the primary DNS, the secondary DNS, the IP, all of that, the port number. This is the only way that the end user can make sure that anytime they receive a multimedia message or they want to send an email, that email or that multimedia message will get from their watch to where it has to go. I'm going to show you right here. This is my brand new tw818. It's a very well put together watch. If you needed to fully waterproof this watch, this would be the ideal watch that can be fully waterproofed if you had the time to do it. It has the build just like the W818. So if you wanted to fully waterproof the tw818, it can be done. It really can be done. This tw818, out of all the other TW series watches, would be the only one that could be waterproofed if you had the time. Now, I'm going to show you what is missing. Okay? Now look very close. Do we see that? The data account is missing off of the tw818. It's missing. It is needed to manually put your cell phone carrier's information. The same thing with the tw816. It's missing the data account. You see that? Okay. Now, for all intent and purposes, if the data account is in another folder, someone please contact Joe's Tech Review and tell the forum or me what folder it's in, because it is really a pain in the butt to get a nice brand new watch that you think is fully functioning and then it's missing something. That pisses me off. But the tw810 has the data account. It has the data account. You can go into the data account. You could edit. You can edit the APN. You can edit you can edit. That's what you can do. You need the data account to manually put in your carrier's information. So, leaving with that, the tw818, very well put together watch. It's put together like the W986 or the W968. Very nice. It has weight to it, the tw818, but I'm very annoyed with it because I cannot get 100% out of the watch because it doesn't have the data account. This is the box. The box is a very nice box. It came in this box. It comes with all this stuff. So, in closing, I like to say the TW series watches, yes, they can be the stepping stone to bigger and better things because they are slimlined, they have good memory. You don't need your stylus. You can use your finger. And they're compact. They're not like the K1 or the new Android. If you can do an Android application on one of these phones and waterproof them, regular cell phones will go out of business. So, thanks again for listening to me rant about the tw818, tw816, and the tw810, which are all good watches. The software in the tw810 and the tw816 slacks a lot. So if you are a seller, if you are a manufacturer and you're looking at this video, please make sure that you add the damn data account to the firmware, to the build, because you have people that need to put in their carrier information.